So, in the event of spooky season, I've turned the lights off. Of course, for the intro, because why not, adds to the spookiness. But, now that I'm going to be reviewing Monster House. It's a pretty good movie. Yeah. Monster House. It's a great movie. Uh, the reviews are great. Rotten Tomatoes are great. It's a pretty small movie. Didn't make a lot of money, but yeah, this movie is pretty good. And I remember liking it, but I haven't seen it in years, so rewatching it's gonna be quite an experience, and it was. And may I had to say, it's still pretty good, and I agree with most of the people. So to begin, we have this girl just riding through the neighborhood on her bike, but then she gets stumped. She goes off the sidewalk and lands into this old man's lawn. But then she's scared, she's trying to get away, and this angry old man walks out of this weird house, and he's getting really mad at her, and he yells at her, and she runs away, and he takes her bike, and she snaps it in half. He snaps her bike in half, and she's not too happy about that. Yeah, my clothes changed. Don't worry about it. It does that all the time. Hey, look, they changed again. It's been 2 days since I started this. Pretty cool. Okay, so we're introduced to our protagonist, DJ, which has been spying on his neighbor. And he's been keeping track of his neighbor for a long time. Anyways, his parents are leaving, so they're about to leave, and they bump into our supporting character, Chowder, which is DJ's friend. Ha! Get it? Because his name's Chowder because he's fat. So, Fat Boy Chowder is, he's wanting to go trick-or-treating again, but DJ, he says, I don't want to go trick-or-treating. I'm too old for that.
I don't think I'm going trick-or-treating this year.
So, Chowder shows off some of his super cool basketball skills, but then, surprise, the basketball lands in Nevercracker's lawn. That's the name of the old man, by the way. Forgot to clarify that. So, Chowder, being the great friend he is, volunteers DJ to go get the ball out of the yard. Then DJ goes to get the ball and Nevercracker comes out. He chases him down and picks him up and shakes him. That's great, shaking a child. Gotta love it. Then after Nevercracker gets done with shaking DJ, he pretty much has a heart attack and dies. Or he doesn't really die, but man, DJ practically kills him. And this quite literally ignites the house. So, Nevercracker's corpse drops a key, so DJ picks it up, and then he walks back home, only to see the babysitter shows up. And this looks like a nice, kind babysitter, except she's not, and she's some punk rock babysitter who doesn't obey the rules. So she breaks a plan to prove her point, sends DJ to his room, and then DJ goes to sleep, only to wake up in the middle of the night to phone calls from nothing. Little does he know this might just be the Monster House. So Z and her boyfriend come in and traumatize DJ by scaring him, and then Z's boyfriend tears up his bunny, and they just bully him. So then they leave, and then DJ calls up his boy Chowder, and he's like, hey, yo, I need to meet you. And then we skip to DJ trying to escape the house, and then we get some cool backstory to Nevercracker and the Monster House from Z's boyfriend.
When I was 10 years old, I had a kite. Awesome kite. I could fly it so high you couldn't see it. One day, it crashed down. I followed the string, and it ended right over there, across the street, right at the edge of his lawn. The point is that I saw him talking to his house.
Anyways, DJ is able to get out from the back door, and then Z kicks out her boyfriend because he's being rude to her. So then he keeps drinking, and he finishes his bottle, throws on Nevercracker's lawn, and it's like, oh, wow, you really are dead. So then he starts terrorizing the lawn, and then the Monster House opens, shows the kite that he lost, and sucks him in and kills him. There's the end of that guy. Happy Halloween! So DJ meets up with Chowder And Chowder gets scared because he takes control of this tractor and he turns it on by accident. He's dumb. Anyways, Chowder only agrees to help DJ if he goes trick-or-treating with him. So DJ's like, fine, we'll do that.
Yeah, I got 3 words for you. Trick or treat.
So anyways, Chowder and DJ go back to Nebercracker's house.
Hold on.
Ha, get it? He's out of breath because he's fat. Anyways, Chowder crawls up to the house and he's just teasing DJ. He's like, look, nothing's gonna happen. But then what do you know? The house comes to life, and it is quite literally a monster house. No pun intended. Just kidding, it was intended. You got me. So it's Halloween now, and this girl shows up to sell candy, Halloween candy to Z because she's trying to make some money. Anyway, she makes a pretty good bargain, and Z buys the candy. Z then goes upstairs to DJ's bedroom where DJ and Chowder are spying on the monster house. And she's there to give them candy, but now she thinks they're insane because they're just spying at a house. Chowder then looks down through the scope to see this girl that was selling candy going to the monster house. So Chowder and DJ freak out and they run down to try and stop her. And then she's like, are you guys crazy? So then the house comes to life and tries to eat her. So naturally they go and save her. Good deed. But I have to ask why? Why? Why are you staring at this person through your telescope, Chowder? You don't do that. Anyways, DJ convinces Z not to go check out the house because she's determined to because DJ won't shut up about it. And then she leaves to go find her boyfriend. Then DJ introduces himself to Janny, so that's pretty cool. She's our, she's the second supporting character actually. So there you go. We got the whole squad here now. Okay, so now with Janny in the house, DJ and Chowder they both keep trying to impress her because they're obsessed. Anyways, DJ finally gives her his phone because she needs to call her mom, and she tries, but her mom doesn't pick up. Then they notice something coming across the street. It's a dog at the monster house. So the house eats it because it's peeing on its lawn. And then they all freak out and they're like, okay. Janny's like, we're going to call the police. We're calling 911. Anyways, the police show up and, I'll just give you a look at our incredible cops that I personally love dearly in this movie.
All right, kids, this better be good. I was in the forest wrestling with a bear claw when we got the call. I was eating a donut.
All three of you step to the car now.
They're at the car. It's a rookie. First week on the job.
Anyways, the cops obviously don't believe them, and then they have them march in front of their car before driving off. Because, they're like, oh, look at these kids, they don't know what they're talking about. They're all crazy, except they're not. So in a time of crisis like this, the squad goes to the one, the only, the Reginald. That's right, Reginald. This dude who owns an arcade or works at an arcade, doesn't own it. But he's playing a game and he's in the game zone right now. So anyways, they approach him and he seems annoyed, but they ask him, how do you destroy this monster house? And he's like, well, you have to get to the heart of the house. You have to destroy the heart of the house and it will destroy the monster house because, he knows all about this stuff, right? Anyways, Reginald is late for something important, so he yeets out of there, but he's kind of weird. Like, for instance, this scene. Also, this dude kind of sounds like Napoleon Dynamite. You know what? I'm curious. Yep. Joe Heater, right? Yep. I just had a feeling, because it sounded just like him, Anyways, the squad arranges a plan. They're going to try and get in the house so they can get to the heart of it. But the problem is the house, is going to eat them. So they're getting sleeping medicine so that way it'll fall asleep. Don't ask me how that works. But then they're going to tie it to this vacuum cleaner and act like a trick-or-treater so it'll come and eat the trick-or-treater, which is actually a vacuum cleaner. So they all hide in garbage cans and hop over to the house and they let the vacuum go. And it starts moving, inching itself towards the house, and the house is about to eat it, but then, surprise, the cops show up and it stops and goes away. Anyways, the cops don't believe them, obviously, and they arrest them, put them in the back of their car, and the squad's not very happy about that. So, both the cops go to investigate the house, and, they're both killed. So that's cool. Then we have this rip-off scene from Jumanji, and where, the trees around the car, and then, they get eaten by the house. So, that's pretty cool. Except they survive it, because they jump out the back of the car. Time for the annual, I don't care about this part of the movie, and I'm going to skip a lot of it, but only show the important parts. So, once they're inside the house, they see pictures of Nebbercracker and his wife, because he had a wife. Then Chowder hits the uvula because he thinks it's the heart of the house, and they fall into the basement. And in the basement, they see all these toys. And these are all the toys from the kids. Then they find Nebbercracker's wife, who is buried in a shrine in the basement. Pretty creepy. Then the house starts attacking them because, it doesn't want them in there. They eventually make it by the front door again, but then Chowder and DJ are both pinned. So Jenny goes and attacks the uvula, which pretty much throws them up out of the house. It's pretty gross. The part I personally don't care about is now finally over. Anyways, just like any normal person would, DJ gets hit by an ambulance. Ironic, right? And who you see walk out of this ambulance? You're not gonna believe it. Just kidding, you are. And surprise, it's Nebbercracker. By the way, why did Nebbercracker just show up in a hospital gown at his house from an ambulance? He drove the ambulance there. Did he just escape the hospital? Because throughout the rest of the movie, that was never explained. I don't know. We also find out that the house is actually Constantine, Nebbercracker's wife. So, yeah, that's cool. Then, after hearing that news, we get a backstory to Nebbercracker and Constantine.
I can take you away from here. Would you like that?
Yes. Those criminals are attacking our house.
And that night, that one night of every year, I had to take precautions.
Yep, very sad, I guess. So Nebbercracker approaches the monster house, or Constantine, and tries to calm her down, but DJ convinces Nebbercracker to come with him because he doesn't want that life, and then the house literally grows arms and starts chasing them down the road.
What are you doing? Trying to slow the house down! Move it, Bart!
Great going, Chowder. I'm sure that's going to help a lot. So the squad and Mr. Nebbercracker keep running, but then Nebbercracker, he runs out of breath, so he stays behind while the house goes after the kids. The kids get cornered and the house is about to eat them when Nebbercracker throws a brick at the house to get its attention. Anyways, Nebbercracker sweet talks the house and tries to calm it down. And then he pulls out a dynamite out of his cast. What? Anyways, he says it's the right thing to do and he's about to ignite it when the house grabs him and he drops the TNT. Anyways, Chowder and the rest of the squad come in a tractor to save Nebbercracker from getting killed by the house.
Take this. You have to help me, please. I know you can do it. Go on. Go, hurry.
Then Janny falls into the construction site, and then DJ with the TNT falls into the construction site. Then Chowder and the tractor is going back into the construction site, which makes the house come down, but then the house breaks into pieces because it fell down into the construction site. I've said construction site a lot. Whack.
Sorry.
So, like in all these movies, of course, the main enemy is not dead yet, and surprise, the monster house is now just a bunch of rubble. It's just wood and scattered everywhere. It looks like this monster. While Chowder's distracting the house, DJ and Jenny are climbing up the ladder on the crane so that way he can drop the bomb in from the top of the house.
Yes, you can. Go.
I kissed a girl. I kissed a girl on the lips.
Dude, my man DJ got on it, dude. All I can do is applaud him. So Jenny lights the dynamite for DJ and hands it to him, but then DJ falls, of course. But then he swings around, and, well, she throws it at him. Then DJ swings around and drops the dynamite right into the chimney, explodes the house, and they're all good. They all live. They're grand.
Do you guys hear something?
So, Nevercracker gets one final dance with his wife. Then Nevercracker falls to his knees and starts crying. Except, these aren't tears of sorrow. These are tears of joy. And he's happy. Because he is finally free from the house. Dang, bro, that was pretty deep. I know, bro, that was pretty deep too. Like, what was up with that, you know? I don't know, man. I guess I'm just a wise person. Epilogue time. So for Halloween, Nevercracker is giving all the toys that he took and broke back to the kids, including this tricycle to this little girl. Then Jenny's mom pulls up, so the squad hugs it out and Jenny leaves.
She grabbed my butt. That's nice, Chowder.
Nevercracker gives Chowder back his basketball and makes a pretty funny joke.
Hey, stay off my lawn. I'm just kidding.
Ha ha ha. Funny. So now DJ's parents are finally back home.
Ah!
Jeez. Jeez.
What the heck? No, don't tell me. Let me guess. It's Dirty Pirates?
That's it! Dirty Pirates!
Haha, yes, Dirty Pirates, because Dirty Pirates just wear their normal clothes but are covered in dirt. Okay, sure, Mom. Anyways, DJ gets his basketball stuck on the hoop, and he says, "We are definitely too old for trick-or-treating." DJ agrees. But they cave in and go anyways.
Candy time? Candy time.
Oh yeah, and then the crappy boyfriend from before pops up, and surprise, he's alive. The end. Oh, also, there's all these post-credit scenes, but it pretty much shows that everybody that was eaten survived, so, yeah. So, my thoughts on this movie. I love this movie. I've watched it all growing up. It's just a really good movie in my opinion, and it's timeless. It's never gonna go away. And for that, and how good the movie is, and just nostalgia, and all the things for me personally, I'll give this movie an 8 out of 10. Because, honestly, it deserves it, to be honest with you, but all the elements in the story, it just blends so well together, and I love the animation style. It's brilliant in my opinion. Now, just like for my last one, I don't know how to do any of this with movies, so that's all I really got is, I liked it. I love the animation, I love, the story. It's so simple. The movie's timeless in my opinion, and I can really appreciate it for that. Now, some of this video was rushed, and you could probably see that because I want to get this out, a little bit before Halloween. So anyways, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you in my next video, whatever that may be. But yeah, that's about it. See ya.